Hello everyone, my name is Brendan Snyder. Thank you so much for joining me and welcome to Rock T-Shirt Hall of Fame. Entry number 1, Def Leppard, Pyromania USA Tour 1983. So the shirt of course feels good, it looks good, and that's really key here. Amazing art and graphics will always enhance a musical experience, and I think this shirt does just that. So for this particular video series, I've been counting down the top 10 greatest rock t-shirts of all time as part of the Rock T-Shirt Hall of Fame from SocieTees, and they feature all officially licensed merchandise from American classics, and you too can join the society of like-minded individuals. Starting with this shirt, Def Leppard Pyromania 1983 USA Tour. So in 1983, Def Leppard was in the midst of a watershed moment for the band when they set out on tour to promote their third studio album, Pyromania. They really had no idea what they were about to experience. This one here being released only 3 years after the debut, they were really in for some changes coming their way, starting with the fact that they had just hired brand new guitarist Phil Collen, who was ready to up their game. Then on top of that, their brand new single Photograph was about to make the band household names. So during this time, Def Leppard went from strength to strength, just growing each time, released 5 massive singles from the album, elevating both the band and the album along the way with it. The album itself would go on to sell 10 million copies in the US alone. And for the band, the tour itself went from clubs, then it moved to theaters, then it went to arenas. They just kept growing, adding more and more fans along the way, making them mega stars. And you know, in the 1980s, that's what it was all about. Bigger is better. To be part of that experience, you know, to watch the band explode as they take hold of the world just must have been a sight to behold. Little known fact though is that their new guitarist at the time, Phil Collen, came from a previous band called Girl, and it would feature future 80s rocker and LA Guns vocalist Phil Lewis in the lineup. So had Phil Collen not been enticed away by the up-and-coming Def Leppard to join their ranks, there's no telling what the band Girl could have achieved with 2 powerhouse members such as Collen and Lewis in their lineup. And so the band's third studio album, Pyromania, which this shirt is promoting, or at the time at least when they were out on tour, and so it was again produced by Robert John Mutt Lange, who had produced their last album, High and Dry. But while the previous album showed a band and producer beginning to meld, it didn't fully realize the capabilities of either side of those two artists. So this album here, Pyromania, I believe did that. It shifted the band away from simple traditional heavy metal to a more radio-friendly mainstream sound, all while maintaining the band's sound and style. And it was a massive success. It produced some of the greatest all-time classic 80s songs like Foolin', Rock of Ages, Too Late for Love. And so with those songs, along with the aforementioned Photograph that came off of this, the MTV exposure they were getting at the time, the band and album seemingly shot into the stratosphere like one of Def Leppard's pyrotechnic concert explosion. And another little known fact here is that at one point, the album itself was selling upwards of 100,000 copies a week, which is just absolutely amazing, almost unbelievable, but it shows just how big the band was and they were going on. And of course, they would get even bigger on next album, Hysteria. But this shirt here, which is promoting Pyromania 1983. It's an ivory colored shirt. It's got a worn vintage photo of the band on it here. It's also flanked by both the UK and the US flag on it, which I think is really cool, setting up both sides of the Atlantic there for you. And the distressed look of this shirt makes you feel nostalgic for the good old days, and why not, right? Some of the best times ever were done in the 80s, and you know, even if you weren't there for the first time, you can still enjoy it with this shirt and make it look like you were there coming from one of their concerts, just having your mind blown, right? So it's no wonder then that the Def Leppard Pyromania USA Tour 1983 tee enters at number 1 for the Rock T-Shirt Hall of Fame. All right, and so if you enjoy this shirt like I do, you too can be a part of the society of like-minded individuals, and check out this shirt by clicking a link in the description, which I'll leave for you in there, and you can head on over to the website, check it out, along with this shirt and a whole lot more. All right, everyone, take care, have a great day, and I'll talk to you all real soon. Bye-bye, everyone.